Capricorn, you are represented by death and judgment. So for some of you, there's a tie to a Scorpio person, but for others of you, you're making a judgment call with regard to some deep, profound changes in your life. This may have to do with an actual death. It could be an inheritance that affects you somehow. But in most cases, this is the death of a situation in order to make way for something new. And you may be faced with some kind of opportunity or a challenge that, triggers your will to survive. You want to reinvent yourself somehow, and you're making a judgment call. You're assessing a situation that may have to do with some unfinished business or, making some huge changes in your life, some kind of transition that would empower you or liberate you and give you the opportunity to leave the past behind. So for some of you, you're either ending something or changing it or renewing it. You want to revitalize something. In some cases, you may be experiencing some kind of loss where there was a forced ending or a change in your status somehow. Now, this may be positive or negative. Some of you may be getting married or you may be getting divorced. You may be changing your job or leaving your home or relocating. So any number of things that would affect you and create a transition in your life, something that is very transformational, or in some cases, you're meeting with somebody who is an agent of change, and you may have to deal with your fears about holding on to the past. This is a period, though, where you're very security oriented. You don't want to be in a confining situation. If you've been in a relationship that is stagnant or has kept you limited or bound or uncertain in some way, you're going to want to release that. And so this is a period where, again, you could be ending something that's very emotional for you or making some changes, or you resume some kind of connection, perhaps with someone from a long time ago. And your ability to adapt and change to circumstances that are unpredictable will be important. Now, some of you, you're having difficulty moving on because you're thinking about the past, the unpleasant experiences, the things that went wrong, and it keeps you blocked somehow. You're not able to open yourself up to new opportunities. In some cases, you become so closed off from others that you're not even interested in working something out with a partner. Maybe you've had it, and maybe you don't feel that you can work out your differences with your partner. And so if you are stuck, if you are in denial about where you are or resistant to making changes that could improve your relationship, then you're going to stay stuck. This is a period, though, where you're strongly thinking about self, your needs, your desires, and how you can personally regenerate in order to make some kind of leap, either materially, emotionally, physically, or psychologically. And again, you have reached some kind of milestone within your relationship. In some cases, maybe this is even at the point where it's a legal situation. Maybe you're dealing with judges or attorneys, but there's some important choice that you have to make, and you are assessing the past. You may have to grow up in a relationship, or maybe you are judging your partner, or your partner's judging you, or there's a decision to be made, the end of something, or some kind of major change. Whatever it is, there's a call to action because of some new opportunities, a new direction, or perhaps in some cases, a crisis of some sort. So you are taking stock right now. You're looking at yourself. You want to improve some things. Maybe in some cases you want to heal the relationship. Maybe you want to start over. And you are questioning perhaps your course of action. Should you keep going? Should you change what you've been doing? There are some issues between you and another person that you thought were resolved that are coming back up again. And because of that, you're going to be forced to make some decisions and deal with some truths that perhaps you were trying to avoid. But whatever this is, as troubling as it may be, it could very well be a blessing in disguise for you, because it's going to push you in ways that you may not necessarily have pushed yourself. is going to make you better than what you were if you take the opportunity. And perhaps in some cases, you can put the hold on something and create, a situation where it stops you from making a bigger mistake. So you may be putting some things out there in the open with the partner, clearing the air, clearing up some misunderstandings. And as a result of that, maybe, you come to a new understanding where either of you may be exonerated in some way. And so you may be able to turn a negative situation around between you and another person, but you will have to be patient. It may take some time to resolve a situation between you and another person. And if you're not willing to try, you may feel out of step with your partner, and you may feel like you're starting over again and that you're coming back to issues at square one. But the problem is that you have been procrastinating. That has been working against you. You're having to start over because you're not getting the lesson the first time. So this is a period for you to make good decisions by separating your emotions and really looking at the facts of your situation so that you can improve your decision-making skills. And also it's about being accountable for your role with another person. Now, the Death card says that, you may be dealing with something intense, very crisis oriented. It could be illness. It could be you're going over shared resources. Maybe you're dealing with matters that connect to an inheritance or legacies or insurance. It could be that, you're dealing with issues connected to sexuality or intimacy or just something that would bring some profound change in your life. And you're making a judgment call about that. And again, whether you have been following the correct path or you're resistant to change or you have a fear of moving forward to the point where, you're just stuck. And in some cases, you may have to give up something that you didn't necessarily choose to. And this may tie to a friendship and attaining something. Maybe you're trying to create some change through your friendships. Perhaps you're ending one, changing it, or renewing it, or there's some new people in your life that are making a profound impact on you. For some of you, you are involved in a friendship and you're taking things slow before you decide to get romantically involved. This could be a time where, you have to be more of a friend to your partner. Or you may demand that of your partner. It may be that you and a potential partner feels that a friendship could be the romance. Or some of you may be meeting a partner through a friend. But this is about getting some kind of success or recognition. And in some cases, again, you may be releasing or purging the relationship itself or some aspect of it because it's time to stop struggling and accept it for what it is. Now, the romance is characterized by this Queen of Wands and Ten of Swords. So this is fire energy. This is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, male or female, or just the traits of this queen. There could be an ending connected to her or some form of betrayal, or perhaps, maybe there's an illness. So this is a queen who is very passionate, very determined. She may be socially well connected. She's very business oriented. She has a love of money, of challenge. She knows her worth. She's able to attract others into her circle because of her magnetism. So for some of you, this is about, your level of influence. Maybe you work in something that's very creative oriented, maybe design or something where promotion is important. This lady is a leader. She may be a patron of some sort, or she could very well be the role of a devoted wife and mother. It just depends. Maybe she's a boss or a supervisor. So you could be coming in contact with her, or you could be taking on her role. Again, she's very magnetic. She's got leadership ability. But she can be domineering. She can try to overmanage the lives of those around her. Maybe she's caught up in her own self-promotion, and she can be very competitive. So for some of you, this is going to be a period where you're trying to be noticed, you're trying to be appreciated, and you want to connect to people where your goals are aligned. You want that spark between you and other people, that change, that adventure. And so there could be an end of some sort, or again, maybe somebody's blowing something out of proportion in relation to a situation that you want to influence. It could be that this is someone who is ill, or maybe they've hit bottom, or they've suffered a severe loss. It could be that, you're passionate about surviving, that maybe you've had some kind of close call. So there's the end of a cycle. We have the second card that reiterates an ending. And, again, it could be any number of things: a loss of health, a loss of position, of fortune, or honor. You may feel as if you've been stabbed in the back, or maybe you've separated from somebody, or it's time to let go. There could be issues where somebody's in financial hardship, or there's a divorce or medical situation, something that's serious. Whatever it is, it may feel that you're moving either too quickly or you're not moving at all. And, somebody may feel the weight of a burden, and they may feel as if they're having to bear the brunt of something, and unfairly so. So you have to remember, though, that even though this Ten of Swords feels like you're pinned to a situation, you could be on the brink of success. It requires that you maintain your optimism, your determination, your use of intuition to get a situation back on track and deal with your current responsibilities and duties rather than trying to just give up or surrender. This is taking a second look at a situation and seeing some things you wouldn't normally see, and recognizing the cracks in the foundation so that you can come up with a better plan. You can be more resourceful about a situation. So for some of you, you're going to have to really work hard to rejuvenate a circumstance or a connection with somebody. And you may assume that everything is over and lost. Maybe you decide to burn a bridge or something, you want to close the door because something didn't go your way. Now that you may be doing that to someone, or that may be happening to you. Now, this could also be that you're bottoming out because somebody is trying to get your attention. They're going all out. And unfortunately, they're getting on your nerves in the process. They're making a nuisance of themselves. So, some of you, there may be a loss of passion, of determination. Maybe you lose your influence over a situation, or maybe you're simply blowing some things out of proportion and taking on a victim mentality. And this may have to do with your intuition. You need to trust your instincts about whether a relationship feels right. And the Queen of Wands has very strong intuition. You may discover something through an encounter you have with another person, and you need to listen to your intuition to get some guidance on how to move forward. And maybe as a result, you have some kind of spiritual awakening, or, maybe you recognize that you're not on solid footing, or this queen is not, or the relationship, and you need to get more grounded, more balanced. Now, why is this occurring?